Hi guys, I'm Prabhat Singh and I am CEO and founder of FastBuilder.AI. We are building no-code AI application generator for last few years. We launched a Siberium, and Siberium is a low-code application builder using drag and drop BPM and workflow mechanism. Now we are launching Fast Builder, which is just text to software platform. You just write your requirements, it converts them into an application. So let's see how this works. So here is something called the story generator, right? So this is the story which we are building. This has the following structure. So what we are building is basically a structure mechanism for a healthcare network, right? So this is a project healthcare network where we are developing an open source story and a code base which is generated by AI, and you can modify any part of it. There are 8 parts of the story, uh, and you can like modify any part of it. You can customize. It's completely open source. uh, we are using a Node.js ExpressJS framework. You can use any framework. We'll show in a minute how. And there are 3 parts of it: generate the story, make the coding prompts, and just review and launch your code. So basically, what we will be So this is the storyboard where you generate the story. This is the main prompt, a system for healthcare network to manage the various functions of the hospital. You can redefine this prompt or refine this prompt in the way you want. And then we have entered the 8 other prompts from the initial PowerPoint we saw. And then we click 2 buttons, one for this called description generator and one for branching, right? So what happens that for each prompt you expand, you have a description and they're branching, and each branching again you can have a description and branching, and you can go on to any level of depth. The system is pretty flat, means that even if you are developing the descriptions in level, it sees them as one big requirement, and it creates your story and the system software in one cohesive manner. But this level of branching and structure helps you define and manage your requirements in a structured way, so that if you have a large team, and of course big companies always have large teams, they can break down all the different parts of the system in separate sections, and each section owner can go and collect information, and they can be analysts, they can be your IT leaders, and build the story. And that kind of creates the um, complete requirement, right? Then you go to the analysis part of the system, and then you analyze, and you click this button. So initially when you have the story, these sections will be empty. You click this button to uh, find your assets and the actors from the story. And okay, so when you analyze, it gives you all the assets and the actors from the story, which you will see how it does. This gets done, and there is a complex graphing which is captured, right? And this graph basically captures all the relationships which are there among all the assets and actors, all the different elements of the story. And this is quite complex, to not so easy to comprehend, but don't worry. The system takes care of all the details, right? So this is basically the first part of story generation. Going to the second part of software building, right? So we have built a project here. Basically just enter the name, the platform, the coding. We have the Node Express, which is this is the prompt. This is how it looks in the JSON. So all the different parts. So here we are generating the model, um, and the model is for assets, right? Um, and that's it pretty much. You just save both, and you click on the code base generation. This generates your code base quite fast, right? And done. So that's how, and then you can just download your code base, right? And yeah, now you can deploy it. You can firstly you have to refine it. So AI coding is not always perfect, and that's where human comes in. But what it does is that it takes away all the thinking, like different parts of how what all models to be built, what all database structures to be built, everything. So it takes away the thinking part completely away from um, the 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 dichotomy of system development, right? It's always confusing. Some requirements come in, and then you build something, right? And then you think of, should I make a model for it or should I make a controller for it? So those kind of decisions are taken automatically by the system, right? And you can change every part of it. You can change the prompt and everything. And this is a open source, so download and build your own, customize the story, build your own system. And if you need coupon codes, just ping us and we'll be happy to assist you. So that's basically it. It's so simple. Generate the story, set your prompt, generate the code, get the code, and modify, customize, test, and deploy. This is the super fast way of getting your custom tech built. So far, all what we have been doing in last so many years, and I have worked for around 15 years in IT, we have been chasing the tail for so long, like the never-ending cycle of vendor buying, customization, integration is never going to finish. And and because the complexity is very large, we are trying to build a castle with Lego pieces, right? Where they don't have proper fitting notch, right? We are trying in like, and this there are like billion pieces of Legos required to build that castle.